Hello, fourth graders. Happy Friday. We made it through our 5th week of distance learning. Good job. Mrs. Higgins and I are so proud of you for all of your hard work you've been doing. Yesterday, you were looking at data and making sense of it by filling out the time in the pool and putting it over here in the column titled Total Hours in Pool. So that's collecting data. And now today what we're going to do is we are going to record that data onto a line plot. So a line plot is a horizontal line and it has a number line underneath it. And then it has the data that is recorded according to whatever it is that we are studying. So for this example, this is the number of books read this month, and these are the number of students. So you can see 4 students read 1 book this month, 2 students read 9 books this month. So the number of X's are the number of students, and the numbers along the bottom are the number of books that were read. So today what you're going to do is you're going to take your data from yesterday and you're going to record it onto the line plot that's on the next page. So the first 5 are done for you. Tristan was in the pool for 3/4 of an hour. So on this side, above 3/4, there's an X there for Tristan. So on this side, you want to put a little check mark next to Tristan that his X is already there. Tamara was in for 1 hour. So this X right here over the 1 is Tamara's. So put a little check mark next to Tamara. The next one is Ben, who was in there for 2 hours. So there's an X over the 2, and that's Ben's X. So put a check mark next to Ben. George was in for 1 1/4. So on here, where it's 1 1/4, that's George's X. Put a little check mark next to George. Henry had 3/4. So over here, there's another 3/4, so you put it right on top. So as many times as your number occurs again and again, you're just gonna put an X going up, above. Keep them going up. So you're gonna take the rest of this data and record it onto here. You should have 24 X's when you are done. So when you think you're done, I would like to go over it with you. So what I want you to do now is to pause the video and go ahead and fill in your line plot, and then we will unpause and see how you did. Okay, assuming you've paused, we're gonna look at my student book and the line plot that we have here. So this is all the data and how it should look in your student book too. Okay, so 1 for 1/2, 2 for 3/4, 4 for 1, 4 for 1 1/4. You see that? All of these for 1 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 1 1/2. 3 for 1 3/4. 2 for 2 hours. 1 for 2 1/2, or no, 2 1/4, and 1 for 2 1/2. And then nothing for out here on the ends. So check that that's what you have in your book. Okay. And now we're going to look at these questions together. So the first one says, calculate the total amount of time spent in the pool by the first 5 children. The first 5 children are the first 5 here that were already recorded for you. So you're going to add 3/4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 1/4 plus 3/4. Okay? Oop, let me get out of your way. So using whatever strategy you want to, go ahead and add these numbers together and pause it, add these numbers together, and then unpause it. Okay, I'm going to assume you paused it. And what strategy I would use is I would add this 1 and this 2 to get 3. 1 1/4 and 3/4. 4/4 would be these two added together, and 4/4 is a whole, so that makes this 2. 1 1/4 plus 3/4 is 2 wholes. I would add these together to get 5, and then I would add 3/4 to it over here to get 5 and 3/4. Back to fractions. So fun. So that would be what you got for number 3. Now number 4 talks about the minimum and the maximum. So the minimum would be the smallest amount of time spent in the pool, and the maximum would be the most amount of time spent in the pool. So using that information there. The range is the difference between the greatest and the least value in the range. So here's our vocabulary card from our classroom, where it shows that if you had a range from 4 to 13, you would find the range by subtracting 13 minus 4. And so the range for this would be 9. For ours up here, to find your range, you take your maximum number, it should be 2.5, right? You're going to subtract a half from it, and that's your range. So 2 minus 1/2. That is your range. Okay, our next question is mode, the number that appears the most often. So here's our card. And so when you're looking at a line plot, it's the one that has the most X's, if we used X's. So looking at your line plot, the one that has the most X's, that is your mode. Remember we learned about mode earlier in the year. We talked about how mode starts with M-O, like the most. Little trick there. So find the one that has the most, and that's going to be letter C. And then D is the trickiest one, and that's the median. And the median is the middle value. So when you have everything lined up with your data like this, organized so nicely and neatly, what you do is you start with the outliers and you cancel them out as you go across. I have to use my whiteboard marker for this. So I would start over here with the smallest, cross it out. Then I cross out the largest. Then I come back here, cross out the smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest. And I keep going until I get to what's going to be the median. Don't look. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, and that's it for those questions for today. So you guys are getting really good at being like mathematical scientists, where you take data and you record it and then you use that data to find information. So good job. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and make sure to finish up some work on Monday and submit it into Google Classroom. Okay, thanks for watching.